What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Dark Horse MMA Podcast 12, episode 12. I got my best friend, Giuliano Melli.
What's going on? Pleasure to be back, boys.
Back. Huge return from the kid. We had the fucking biggest, arguably the biggest fight over the weekend yesterday. Khabib versus Gaethje. Fucking crazy card. But anyways, before we get into that, Jules has pretty much finished the Bionic Gym. Huge step up from the last time.
Always got to start up with the life just updates.
Quick, very quickly.
Quickly, guys. You know, I'm pretty much all done with the gym. Just like kind of sharing it with the people that I love, my siblings, my good friends, and now just time to enjoy it. You know, the hard work has paid off. And that's about it for the update. I told Michael I want to be on the podcast for the big numbered UFC events, guys, because we love to shoot the shit and just talk and whatever. But we also watch the fights together too. So I always I'm like, yo, I wish I was talking to Michael about this or whatever. But even though we don't do every podcast together, we pretty much watch all the fights together because Saturdays are for the boys. Yeah, and the girlfriends know that. So
yes. Absolutely. They know that and they respect that, or else they'd be fucking kicking rocks, as I always say to them.
Exactly.
We also polished off 2 fucking bottles of whiskey yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucked up. That's why I'm not drinking out of the bottle right now because I'm just cleansing my liver for a day until next week, until Silva retires. And then I'm in tears for that fight. Yeah. But we'll get into that eventually. But yeah, man, fucking Khabib Nurmagomedov. We can just jump right into it. Mm-hmm. So the first fight on the main card, and we're only covering the main card for now, was Nurmagomedov, Ankalaev, and Cutelaba. And these were the guys that fucking had so much beef with each other in their original fight. I remember I was watching it at Jules' house. It was a premature stoppage. I think one of the worst stoppages in the UFC history that I've ever seen.
They had the altercation before they even started the fight.
And the worst security I've ever seen in my life. He literally just walked. He could have just punted him in the stomach. Yeah. And UFC would.
Thank God they're like somewhat professional. Yeah. I could have suckered him.
But it was funny because the Ankalaev right away, he just got like double underhooks. And grappled.
Yeah, he literally did a judo move and kind of just tossed him off of him.
Yes. So that was fucking funny. And then they scheduled this. This was like the third time they scheduled this fight. I think Cutelaba, he got like COVID, I think, in the last time. I think that's what happened. So everyone was saying on Twitter too, hashtag MMA Twitter, was saying that this was like the new Tony Khabib fight because it just seemed like it was never going to happen. But finally fucking did. It was, these guys are in the light heavyweight division, so kind of the weaker division in the UFC. And Ankalaev fucking, as we love to say, bounced fucking Ion's head off of the canvas, as I love to say. Did look fucking sharp. He looked good. Fucking Hulk smashed the Hulk, so it's kind of ironic how that goes. But yeah, no. I don't know.
Super clean performance. Yeah. I would say same thing as the first one that got the bad stoppage. He was pretty much like pushing the pace on the stand up, and then same thing happened this fight. He had the more accurate strikes. He touched Cutelaba a lot more than he was eating anything. Really didn't take too much damage. Yeah. And then at the end, after he got the knockdown, I think it was with the left hand.
Yeah.
And then we were with a couple people, and Michael and I just loved that. He just gave him that last shot as he was sleeping, and we got up, started screaming, and
then our girlfriends are there and they're like, what the fuck?
What's wrong with these guys?
Just fucking, we always refer to it as the OG bounce heads off of canvases. What is it?
Dustin and Connor.
Dustin P. Head getting his head bounced off of the canvas. That's the classic. Yeah. Fucking.
I love that.
That's
even
the best one.
Connor and Khabib have very good ones. I love when they grab their face and then they give them the shots. Khabib has that one earlier in his career when he's doing that. And then he grabs his chin after and just starts hammering him.
It's scary, man.
Yeah, but when you get a finish like that, I mean, realistically, you guys, the fans, us, not what we're in it for, but like that's the pinnacle of the entertainment of the sport. Yeah. It's like when there's a finish, when there's like a knockout,
nasty finish.
Like for us, like we love the jiu-jitsu, right? So when there's a nasty sub, like we can appreciate the shit out of that. Absolutely. But what's the most entertaining thing in the sport is when guys get their heads bounced off the canvas.
That's always gonna be the most satisfying. For
great way to kick off the main event, bro. Like that was awesome.
No, then yeah, no, it was fucking great win. I think has a lot of fucking potential, especially in that weak ass division, and especially that John Jones is now at heavyweight. The guy with the needles, all the needles in his ass,
and he's from Dagestan, so you know. Like,
and he has the no mustache beard, so he's probably
scary guy.
5 years, every fucking UFC champ is gonna look like that, guaranteed, without a doubt. Yeah, even like I guaranteed, even the women, they're gonna have no mustache beards. All the champions,
the chin strap.
So some no mustache bearded chick is just gonna come from Dagestan and then just beat the fuck out of like Valentina and shit. Like, whoa, that's when you know
Dagestan is definitely like sending out like the most.
They're
fuck fighters,
very I know they're like really into the wrestling
sambo,
the wrestling world. They're fucking gonna be a lot of problems, so I'm not gonna be surprised. It's gonna happen without a doubt. They're kind of like they're like how people think that fucking AI is gonna like take over the world. I think Dagestanians are just gonna run the world eventually and just like just sambo, throw you and like feed you to bears and shit.
They're different.
These motherfuckers are
breed.
Scary, relentless, live on mountains, and they fight,
altitude training, bears. Guys. Altitude training. Shout out to Tommy. He knows.
Yeah, Tommy Dixon.
Altitude training gives you that edge, 100%. That's why even Gaethje. Living in Colorado, like it's always better to do that. So
the
Dagestan.
I've always wanted to do that. That would be really fucking cool.
Oh yeah,
that'd be sick.
Or you could just blood dope.
Yeah, that's always an option.
You can just always increase the.
I gotta get a link for that.
Yeah,
a blood dope link.
Yeah, HRT or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, anyways.
Okay, going on into the next fucking fight was the women's flyweight, so it was the piss break fight, as we would say. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Only guys watch this. It's okay.
Yeah,
so we won't just don't show your girlfriends.
Yeah, if 99% of this was guys and 1% was girls, we wouldn't have made the joke. But like, it's 100% guys.
Yeah, so we're just shooting the shit with the boys. So fucking, we're chilling. So Lauren Murphy against Lilia, I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Shakurova, Justin Bieber, as we would say. Beaver, yeah. When they're like warming up, hitting pads with the camera on them, previewing the fight, we were like, Jules' girlfriend Rachel was like, is that? I don't know if she was saying.
She looks like Justin Bieber.
She looks like Justin Bieber with the hair, especially. But I don't know if it was like my girlfriend Selena, where it was like I didn't know that was a girl.
It's because she had a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
She had a t-shirt on, a white t-shirt.
JB Flow too.
I thought she was a 14-year-old boy.
Looks like Barbara Bonte in grade 6.
Yeah.
With the Bieber flow.
Versus...
grade 7.
Versus
Lauren Murphy.
Yeah. She looks like she's just smoking a pack a day. And
it's fucking... I saw a clip on Twitter. It was... there was like a nip slip in this fight. Like she went to like, I don't know, clinch Lauren, and then like she like pulled her shirt down. And then like some guy like posted it on Twitter.
God.
And I thought that was pretty gutty. I'm like, hey, you're a douchebag, to be honest. That was pretty, but she ended up getting the submission. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really remember it because I think the whiskey was probably hitting me in the face too hard then.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, we took our first shot at 11 in the morning.
Yeah, forgot about that. That's a pretty important fucking note.
We smashed a nice workout at the gym, came back here, had a protein shake, some fruits, and then
watermelon,
straight shot with Michael's dad.
Yeah.
Took a nice shot to start the day off.
Yeah.
And then literally
it was for my mom.
It was a really good jiu-jitsu by Lauren Murphy for sure. She got like she took her back. I was screaming. This is the fight where I made a comment.
Yes,
I was like, take her back.
Yes,
like,
that was yes. Okay,
a lot of fighters, it's like it's very easy for us to comment on the side, obviously, but I feel like a lot of fighters, when they go into turtle shell, I would be doing two things. I'd be like trying to finish the fight right away by shots to the side of the head, or you're getting like it's either you finish the fight like hard with punches or take the back like right away. So she like hesitated for 1 second. She like didn't know what to do. Got one hook in, next hook in, took her back, and then this girl, you could tell she was a couple steps behind on like fighting the hands and whatever. Lauren readjusted the grip like 2 or 3 times, and then just really like sunk in that hand behind the head.
Rear naked choke, I'm guessing, obviously.
Yeah, rear naked choke.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I remember you screaming that. That was funny. I do remember that. Yeah. Always gotta get the hooks in. But yeah, I find that a lot of it could be like, I don't know, adrenaline dump where just like they're just panicking.
Yeah, like they don't know like if the opponent like is gonna move or whatever.
Or it's like they're not really confident in their jiu-jitsu, so they don't really know any better. Like if Justin Gaethje has someone in the turtle, he's not fucking putting hooks in.
No.
There's no chance.
Yeah, like what he did to Donald, like just like hammering them to the side of the face.
Yeah, and he's like ref stop, and his head's bouncing off the canvas 16 times already. Like help him, and he's 50 years old. So that doesn't really help. But yeah, no, Lauren Murphy, I think she was ranked 5. I can check real quick. But yeah, no, so she's up there, and I don't know what division it is where it's okay, yeah, so she's in the Valentina Shevchenko division. So regardless, it doesn't matter which division she's in because she's gonna get her ass kicked by either one of the champs. But if it's Valentina, the bullet can kick her in the face into the shadow realm too. Doesn't matter.
She was supposed to this fight was supposed to be her versus Cynthia Calvillo.
Yes, that's another. Yeah, this was.
That was supposed to.
Yeah, and Cynthia said she was like not impressed by the performance. Whatever, gives a fuck. I really don't fucking like Cynthia.
I wasn't really impressed by this girl, the Beaver.
Oh, Bieber. Yeah.
So
fucking. Yeah, I've never heard of her before. So who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, I don't know. Lauren Murphy, fuck. Maybe run it back with Cynthia. Hopefully get it booked. I know Cynthia failed a drug test before with for testing with weed.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's fucking bullshit. They need to change that up quick times because that shit's so fucking annoying. But anyways, going into the next fight was Jacob Malkoun and Phil Hawes. This was a quickie. Oh, okay. So this was only fucking 18 seconds. Yeah. I thought it was like
30.
A little bit under 30.
Yeah, you thought like 20 something.
Yeah. And it was 18 seconds. That was fucked. This guy
walked him down.
So I wasn't really familiar with either guy, to be honest. And it was shitty too with this card because this card originally was supposed to be so stacked. It had supposed to have Tony and Dustin co-main event, Yair and Zabit, and then RDA and Islam, who's Habib's teammate. That's headlining in like a couple weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks. So at least that got rebooked. But it just sucks because this fucking card was actually supposed to be so stacked, but it didn't play off really well. Regardless.
Yeah, it was a good card, just not as many stacked names.
Yeah, like can you imagine? Like it was like every fight in the main card could have been like a main event.
Yeah, like top 5.
Yes,
or top like 10.
Just 100%. Disgusting. And then there's like Lauren Murphy.
Yeah.
Like,
this guy, it was his UFC debut.
Phil Hawes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he came in from the Contender Series.
Yes.
And like he basically had the same knockout as Chimaev. Like he walked him down, looked at that one shot, and the guy just folded.
He clipped him on like
he clipped him and then like
spot.
That knockout reminded me of the Izzy versus Derek Brunson knockout when like he was getting up and Izzy just snapped his head back, gave him that shot.
Oh, that's when he like dropped him once. He kind of stumbled, came back up, and then
when he got when he raised his head, he gave him like a nice shot and like just literally
put him out, literally face down, ass up, sleeping.
Get this guy's PJs.
Yeah, literally, they tucked him in. The ref actually put a blanket on him on top of the fucking mat. So yeah, at least he got a good sleep in Abu Dhabi. At least whatever. Nice little
quick nap before the plane ride.
Quick nap before the main event. Hopefully he was awake before then. But yeah, no, fucking that was crazy performance right there, Phil Hawes. So 9-2 now. Don't really I don't know. I
think his name is Hawes.
Okay, Hawes.
Yeah, Hawes.
I don't think anyone's fucking really gonna care of that, anyways. But okay, so going into the heavyweight bout was Alexander Volkov and Walt Harris. Volkov is coming off from getting wrestle fucked by Curtis Blades and UFC Vegas main event.
That was a tough one to watch.
Yeah, pretty uneventful if you're like you don't really like just I don't know. It was boring. Curtis Blades almost had a heart attack in the post-fight press conference too, which is really funny. He almost passed out.
Yeah, absolutely ripping takedowns and
he literally fucking took him down at will. And then Walt Harris coming off of his loss against Alistair Overeem at I think Fight Island 2 or regardless, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that one was in the Apex, I think.
Yeah, okay, Apex. And yeah, so Alexander Volkov, I have to mention, is he got his entire back covered up with a samurai piece, which is fucking sick. I'm like obsessed with it. So I just gotta throw it out there. I think it gives him a +5 in like power and shit. I'm pretty sure that's what happens when you get a samurai tattoo.
Crazy back.
Yeah, so I think that's usually what happens. But it's you kind of could see this one was gonna happen, that Volkov is gonna take it. I feel like he's more technical than Walt Harris. Like Walt Harris is just crazy power. He could have connected with Volkov, but it just wasn't really happening. And then Volkov teep kicked him, and we were unsure if it was actually like because of the liver, like a liver shot, or because they think he broke a rib. Mm-hmm. But regardless, he teeped him. He
looked like it sucked.
Sucked balls.
That looks like it absolutely sucks. Like, and then to see a big ass man like that, like go down like that, big from boy. Like a little teep,
and it wasn't even like a roundhouse kick. It was a teep.
Yeah,
a fucking teep. So that just shows how effective a nice teep could be, and like
from
especially
a 6'7", 260 guy.
Yeah, that also is probably a good factor.
Like Jesus,
and like especially if you're walking into it too, and like the toes pointed like right in your fucking ribs, like, ooh, that would not be fun.
Yeah, it was like McGregor, like it's like a whip.
Yeah,
like it literally was like a whip. That was
so that fucking nice slapped Walt Harris.
And he ran away like Chukugi and
like, yeah, exactly. He shit his pants, I think.
Yeah.
And then Volkov just finished him with strikes, so the fight was literally over right when that happened. I don't know. Volkov, fucking heavyweight division is kind of a shit show right now because Stipe is not fighting Ngannou for like a hot minute, so I don't know. Ngannou's like, by the time they actually fight, it's gonna be more than a year since his last fight, so the heavyweight division is kind of, I don't know, just unorganized.
Yeah, contenders are kind of just gonna be fighting
it's just like out of the.
I mean, it's like they do a pretty good job with the heavyweight division though. Like they match up like the top guys against each other, but like there needs to be more title defenses. I think. Yes. Like honest to God.
So Volkov is number 7th ranked, and Walt Harris is 10th. This is after the fight, so
this is before.
Or this is before. Yeah. I don't know. Regardless, The UFC's website's so fucking unorganized.
They get updated on the week, like during the week after the event. So this is before the updated thing.
Yeah. So I don't know who knows what they're gonna do with him next. But anyways, good win for Volkov. And then the fucking co-main event was Robert the Reaper Whittaker and Jared the Cannonier with the Killer Gorilla with his fucking magical stones, his magical rocks that he was carried everywhere. What'd you think about that? That was so funny. Did you see him talking about that?
Yeah. Like I know a couple people that are into that. So it's like the crystals carry energy. Yeah. So he really believes in that. He also has one on his necklace. I saw during the embedded vlog series and everything, leading up to the fight. So he's got the crystal on him, like he brings them to training session, he like puts them out on the mat like before they train, and like I don't really get it, but I know people that do, so I whatever gets you ready, especially as a fighter, man, like whatever gets you comfortable to get in the cage to fight for your life. Like I'd be believing in something too, bud.
I'd be believing in fucking anything.
Yeah, I'd be like something needs to help me, especially when you're going up against like top guys, killers. And stuff like that. Yeah, like if he won or like whatever, if he ever does face Izzy, like I'm asking every god and spirit and energy to help me out to fight Izzy, bro. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, So 100%, man. Like that's ritual, right? Sidney Crosby, this guy's favorite other athlete next to a couple UFC guys, is he's suspicious as fuck, man. Like he hasn't changed his jock since he was like in minor pee-wee. And he puts on one shin pad before the other, and like all these little things here and there. So fighters obviously have little superstitions too. You know? Like hockey players are really some of them are
fucking weird. Like goalies. Yeah, goalies are fucking weird guys.
But I like the free flowing mindset as well. You know, like Gaethje, who he's just like, I'm chill, like whatever.
I don't care if I get knocked out.
Yeah, like but other guys are obviously like have like a preparation that like, especially for Jared Cannonier going from like heavyweight to light heavyweight to middleweight. He's had a decently long UFC career, and like he's obviously developed a routine,
Yeah, no, it's true. And he's coming from fucking fighting at heavyweight at one point, then then light heavyweight, now fucking middleweight. So this guy's been all over the track, and like,
and now he's ripped.
Yeah, now he's diced. He's like, so fucking diced.
Shredded.
He said before he just wanted to fight, but then he wasn't really serious with his diet, obviously. So that's why he was fighting at heavyweight, which is pretty funny. Now he's just diced to the fucking gills at middleweight. Looks really good. But, Whittaker, the fight just looks so fucking clean. His hands down, really very confident. This guy is so confident.
You could see it in the vlog series too, like leading up to the fight. Like he was just like playing video games and doing that thing, right? Like he has his hands low and he's snapping at his jab. Like his jab goes from low to high. Like
very
it's like
unpredictable.
It's fucked up.
And it has more power behind it too.
Snappy.
Can sneak right under the guard too, to crack you in the nose.
Yeah, so he was just like, keeping his distance.
Yeah.
And he was winning the exchanges, like most of the, the training shots. Like if you look at Whittaker, even in the post-fight press conference, like he didn't look like he took too much damage, right? So that's the key. And he said it in the post-fight interview too. He said, the main thing about fighting is not about knocking anyone out or hitting anyone. It's not getting hit, right?
True.
So he said that, and he's like, that's really what we worked on, because Cannonier has that knockout power, like to put you to bed.
That heavyweight knockout power, 100%.
Yeah, so that's they worked more on, he said, defense and avoiding things more than like attacking him. And Rob now has 2 wins in 2020, really good wins
over
after
Till, Raw Dog himself.
After losing to Izzy at the end of 2019.
Yeah,
he had come back with 2 big fights,
big wins,
decisions, clean performances. Like obviously he's didn't finish them or whatever. He does have finishes in his career, but he pulled out like 2.
He dropped Jared too with that nice jab cross, and then a lead that kick to the head. That's just like his patented move. He loves that. It's like really, it's hidden behind the cross. So then he follows up with that kick to the head and actually staggered Jared. Almost finished him too. I think he.
I don't know how he like stumbled into the fence and then got up after.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He's fucking tough as shit. That guy.
Tough as nails.
But yeah, no, I have to say, like when he was like really into like manifestation and shit, because like I'm into that stuff. So I was like, oh my god, Jared's gonna fucking just like starch him. But the thing is, like Rob has been looking so clean lately, especially with his after that performance against Hill. That was just like such a chess match on the feet too. Everyone says that when they face that guy. So, and he even said before when he lost to Izzy, he was just so fucking burnt out. He wasn't. He wasn't
having fun anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's a big thing. We know that.
Yeah, having fun is key, man.
Exactly, that's a key to life. Key to the good results. But yeah, no, he just like with kids on the way too. He was just like overwhelmed. He was fucking abusing his body with his training, and then he just he almost died too before his fight against Kelvin Gastelum too, when he had I don't know what it was specifically, but he had to get surgery for that fight, which is really fucked up. So it's good seeing him back, and so it looks like he's probably gonna face Israel Adesanya for the rematch for the middleweight belt.
So
what do you think about that one? Izzy starches
as a fan,
him.
Izzy starches him, easy money. I think maybe it goes a bit longer, because what was that, like the second round, right?
Izzy said he knocked him out twice.
He did. He fully did.
It was over after the first.
He slept him at the bell, and then fucking the next round picked his shot.
Could have gave him another shot.
Gave him the same thing you gave Paulo Costa with that step back left hook, like off the back foot, like absolutely
cleaned his chin off.
But I think as a fan, I want to see Izzy fight someone else. You know, like
I don't even want to see him at middleweight right now.
He's gonna slap Whittaker again. So like in terms of entertainment, like I'm like no.
It's a hard sell. I don't think it's the best sell too for the fans.
I think if Izzy wants to have that reign that Anderson Silva had in the middleweight division, his next fight is Cannonier. Because
you can't fucking give after Cannonier just got he lost though.
He lost the decision.
Again. Oh, because it's the UFC. It's
like the Aldo and Mariah's fight for the bantamweight fucking title. Like, but are you kidding me, bro? Like,
but that was
because they thought Aldo won.
Okay, this guy Jared got his ass kicked.
But regardless, man, the UFC's done so much sketchy shit, giving people title shots and
Habib missed weight too.
Yeah,
apparently, guys.
Yeah, and guys are getting fucking title shots like number 4 or like.
How many
whatever.
Instagram followers do you have? Oh, you got to start 6 times in a row.
It's okay, don't
buddy.
worry.
You got it. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I think Cannonier, Hermanson is in that division, and Till. Like, I think those should be Izzy's next 3 fights. Mm-hmm. But I guess, like, you have to give Whittaker his thing. But the thing is, if Whittaker wants to take that time off because of his son and everything, and let's say Izzy's trying to fight, like, in April or something, right? Mm-hmm. Then they're going to have to give him someone else. I think Cannonier, and then after Cannonier, Till. For sure. Because there's no one else in that division, bro.
So I have to disagree with you, obviously.
Okay.
Because I think there's no chance that Jared should get the shot. It's not
after
like
losing.
After losing, it's not like he's a big name too. But I think so. I think if fucking, what I want to see personally, just the fact that he just start. It's like Khabib with when he was saying that he choked out. He's like, I already choked these guys out. Poirier, P-Head, and McNuggets. You know what I mean? He's like, I already choked these guys out. It makes no sense for me to fight the winner of that fight, which does make a lot of sense. So that's kind of like the same thing. It's like, okay. He's going to kick fucking Whittaker maybe in the 3rd round, maybe in the first fucking minute. So I think Izzy is he's just way too clean on the feet. He's way too, even though Whittaker's looked a lot better, I think still Izzy's gonna touch him and Izzy's going to sleep him because Whittaker tends to be more aggressive and Izzy's one of the best counter strikers, if not the best counter striker in the UFC without a doubt in my mind.
I think it's also talent based too. Like Whittaker's a very hard worker and he's good and he's gritty, but he's not as talented as Izzy. Like
Izzy's fluent. Izzy's like water.
Yeah, no, he really
Izzy's like water, bro. He has so many weapons, switches stances. He like it doesn't. It's so you can't bring a guy into your camp to prepare for that guy unless it's the guy that fucking like was the one guy that like knocked out Izzy in kickboxing. But still though, it's just like he's so hard to prepare for. He's too fluid on the feet. He's not stagnant in his movement at all. He's so unpredictable. He's so many different weapons with different angles. I think Izzy starches him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's faster just because he has a read on his opponent now. It's like kind of when Jones rematches his opponents, he just smashes them even further. Even though Whittaker looks really good, I wouldn't be surprised if Izzy just pieces him up in the first round this time and knocks him out twice in the first round maybe. So like, fuck, I don't like who knows with that. But
Paulo Costa's lucky he made it to the second round.
Paulo Costa sucks balls, man. That fucking T-Rex arm bitch, king of bitches. But
what would be a sick fight in the middleweight division would be Till versus Costa.
That would be a crazy fight.
That would be
even sick. Though like Till's supposed to fight Hermanson right now. I don't even know. I think
is it booked?
I think I don't know. I don't know if it's official yet, but I know they're targeting that. But even though I think Till gets his like leg ripped off in that fight because he has 0 ground game. What I personally want to see, regardless, is Izzy move up. Izzy move up and weight and fucking starch Jan Blachowicz, Polish Power. That's what I want to see. I think he has a legitimate chance of being 2-8 world champion for sure, especially light heavyweight, weak ass division. That title in the light heavyweight division, that belt is gonna get tossed around like a fucking. I don't even know, man. It's such a shit show right now with the way it is. Like Thiago Santos, he knocked out Jan. Fucking it's just weird. It's interesting to see how that's gonna go, but I think Izzy's move right now is to go to the light heavyweight division, get another belt. That's the only thing I'd really want to see. I don't really want to see him fight Whittaker again right now. Maybe then come back and fight and starch him, kick him in the mouth. But yeah, no. So let's just get on to the next topic. The next fight was the fucking main event. Khabib the Eagle, Nurmagomedov. 28-0 at the moment, or before the fight, and then against Justin the Highlight Gaethje, who was 22-2, and I predicted that Justin Gaethje was gonna win by TKO in the 4th round. I thought he was going to bring the pressure more to Khabib, landed leg kicks. He did land the leg kicks, but
not as calculated.
Wasn't as calculated. We just watched the fight back too for the first time. Sober, so that's important to we gotta really soak it in for the podcast, right? Wasn't calculated. He was really wild. Remember how in the Tony fight where he went to the corner, women's like take 10% off your shots, you're trying to kill him. He was kind of doing those strikes, but no technique. It was kind of like a brawl, like a street fight.
He was just like, yeah.
He was just
I think the reason behind that is because he knew that it was kind of a long shot to beat Khabib already in his mind. So he was throwing like Hail Marys.
Like you gotta put him away in the
like
first round.
Yeah, he's like throwing Hail Marys. Like if I don't fucking knock this guy out and soon, I'm gonna like
it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, and realistically, it's fucking true. But every second that goes longer in the fight, it plays in Khabib's favor.
Especially if you get taken down.
Dude, even conditioning wise, right?
Yeah.
Like, Khabib was. We were talking about this earlier. Khabib was controlling the center of the octagon, and he was pushing the pace.
He was pushing the pace.
He controlled the fight.
I was not expecting that. So like fucking credit to Khabib with that for sure.
They were not trading.
No,
it was just Gaethje throwing.
Gaethje landed some nice shots,
missing, and then Khabib just like constant pressure, jabbing, touching him, going for a big shot. Even if Khabib misses, he wasn't only throwing that big shot.
Mm-hmm.
He was touching him, whatever, blah blah blah, teeps, keeping the distance, teeping him, and then moving forward. Like that's like, you know, not teeping him and like kind of being scared of Justin. Like he was going for it, not scared of at all.
He was going for it. He wasn't, and you know, DC was even saying he's not calculated right now. He's not composed. He was kind of, and with the pressure, Khabib wasn't giving Gaethje time to breathe and time to think of what he should do. So he's kind of just reacting. That's probably why that he was swinging those wild punches. Yeah. So it was not the Gaethje I thought was gonna come in because Khabib took that away from him. Khabib didn't let that happen too. So you gotta give credit to Khabib, and Khabib did that on a fucking broken foot. He broke his foot 3 weeks ago and he taped his toes. I think he
had 2 toes broken. And a foot broken.
What did he? I want to know what he. He kicked a bear in the face, probably. Like what the fuck?
Probably practice.
Like
sparring. Or
ridiculous of how that happened with this fucking guy. But then he did that to him, and he pulled off that fucking in the first round. Almost got that arm bar. Mm-hmm. Right when he mounted Gaethje, oh my god, it was like it's over. And I was even saying to Jules, and like it was like right when we saw Gaethje swinging wild, I was like, this is not good.
It's not the same guy.
It's not good. It's not the same guy at all. But I'm not. I have to say, something I thought of is that I'm proud that I even made a video about that and took that risk, because let's say if we're here right now today and Gaethje actually slept Khabib, I'd be regretting the fuck out of it. So I gotta say, I'm proud of myself for taking the risk.
Oh, 100%. I put it on my Instagram story.
Yeah.
Embarrassed myself in front of everyone that I fucking follow, saying Justin TKO coming tomorrow. I was all pumped up. I was riding the adrenaline of the underdog and, you know, like the Rocky scene that he kind of made coming into like enemy territory and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna take his O. All I want is his O. And I'm like, holy fucking shit.
I don't want that belt, I want that one.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
And all the signs too.
Yeah, all the signs were like,
it's so 2020.
Poirier was like so excited when he won the championship and he got smashed. And then Tony, like years ago when he won the interim championship, he like freaked out like he won the actual belt. But realistically, and then realistically, like those belts aren't the real belts. But Gaethje was like the first interim champ to be like, you know what, fuck this belt. Shit. Yeah, he's like, I don't even want this or whatever. Yeah. So like the mindset and, you know, the vibes were kind of pointing that, you know, it could be an upset, but father's plan.
Father's plan was
the key.
Losing wasn't a part of father's plan, basically. And fuck, man, Khabib is, after watching that, I'm like, is Khabib the GOAT? I'm like, honestly, I would have no problem whatsoever if someone said that. I would not argue against it. So many different factors playing with that. For me personally, I think if you piss off for drug tests, you shouldn't be considered whatsoever. I think that should just be fucking common sense. And the guys that ride like John Jones is nuts. Like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with your head, but fuck you. I hate John Jones. I don't care. Like, I think that guy's a dickhead, and like the shit he was tweeting after this fight too. He was like,
he's not a good role model.
He's such a bad fucking role model, and he was such a waste of, like, not a waste of talent, but like you could arguably say that, because he could have been so much more than he is today if he didn't vacate his belt.
He would be like undisputed.
He would be fucking
if
like
he didn't take steroids. Yeah, like he would be undisputed, like pound for pound champ. But like at the end of the day, like we say, like you fail one test, right?
I think it's over. It's over. Yeah. And like it's true. It's like when you're fucking fighting people, like you literally like waiting to the day someone gets like really badly hurt in the UFC, like God forbid. It's fucked up, but I do think that Khabib, like people are arguing people favor title defenses a fuck ton with the GOAT status conversation, and like deservedly so. But the thing you got to consider with Khabib, since he doesn't have more title defenses, is because look how fucking long it took him to get his first title shot. Mm-hmm. You know, no one wanted to fight him, and then they're like, oh, fucking Conor McGregor, like, I want this guy to fight for the lightweight belt, even though doesn't have one fight in the lightweight division. Starches Alvarez, and then they make a fuck ton of money off of the champ fucking marketing scheme. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile,
Khabib would have smashed Alvarez,
bro. And then Khabib like just ripped Michael Johnson's arm off just for fun on like the prelims of that fucking card, which is jokes. Mm-hmm. It realistically, Khabib should have gotten a shot well before he actually did, in my opinion. You know, undefeated, smashing everyone. Smashing high level competition, you know, like RDA.
Because he probably would have smashed like Alvarez, and then like
smash everyone.
Yeah, and then defended it against Iquinta instead of like the belt fight being against Iquinta. Like he would have just defended it against Al. Yeah, and then defended it against like Edson and like all those guys that he fucked up. Like instead of them just prolonging giving him the title. Yeah, that's why he had that fire though. Like, you know, like people are like,
you need to fight for this. You need to give up.
Yeah, and he's like, you know,
talk now.
Looking at Dana after every fight and doing this, you know, like,
in between rounds. Hey Dana,
my fucking belt, man. Like he knew he was the best in the world. Like that's the crazy part, is that like
hey Dana, I'm gonna smash your
boy. Really believed it, you know, and like even Gaethje and a lot of the guys, they say it and they believe it, and Tony is like the worst for that. Tony thinks he's like the best fucking.
He's brain dead after the Gaethje fight.
Yeah, like he thinks he's the best fucking fighter on this planet, even after getting starched by Gaethje, and you know, like Khabib, he knew. He's like, dude, like I will fuck up everyone in this division. He knows at 155, he's not the guy that's gonna go in between weight divisions and blah 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 and fuck around or whatever. He wanted to be known as the best 155 pounder on the planet, and that was his fucking goal. And tunnel vision, bro.
Yeah, so like, I think crazy. Like Khabib and GSP, those are like the two guys that, in my opinion, either way, I don't really care. Either way, one of those guys are the GOATs, in my opinion, 100%.
We're Canadian, so, you know, we don't mind saying GSP is.
But it's not even like a biased thing. It's like an actual realistic thing.
No, 100%.
Unfiltered, unbiased.
Yeah, but the thing is that, you know, Khabib has that, you know, GSP lost to Matt Serra, and then even though he Matt Hughes, right?
Even though he avenged those losses, Khabib didn't even need to do any of that shit. Khabib only lost one round, or guess 2 rounds, because he lost the first round. That's true. With the Gaethje, you know what I mean? Khabib has made no fucking mistakes inside the octagon. Even when he was young as fuck, smashing opponents, fighting bears. Like, this guy literally has not made fucking any mistakes inside the octagon. Jones, he made the mistake of doing that illegal elbow like a fucking idiot.
Lost the fight.
And Jones arguably lost his last 2 fights. You know, Thiago Santos, that was close as fuck. Dominic Reyes, very close too. Could have gone either way, regardless.
For sure, it could have gone either way.
That's in the past, but still, though, that Khabib, what are you gonna argue? It was a close fight. You know, he didn't rip his shoulder off that far. Like, it's just like he only choked that guy out unconscious.
Yeah, you know, I choke a lot of people.
Yeah. I only choke. This is only, what was it?
This is only second guy.
Yeah, I choke a lot of people out.
I choke a lot of people.
He's a fucking funny guy.
He's funny.
And he's such a role model too.
Nice, bro. Like,
he's like, seeing the videos of him in DC. They're just like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like,
heartwarming.
Yeah, like they wrestle right away, and then right away when I saw like Jules the next time after I saw him, like I went to like single leg him just because we were like seeing all that shit. But so I think that Khabib or GSP are the GOATs 100%. But anyways, so
if you want to say Khabib, we won't talk shit.
It's
probably the most valid fighter to be called the GOAT, to be honest.
Yes. Honestly, regardless. But so that means that Khabib retired, which is kind of surprising. But when you think about it, with everything he said in this post-fight interview, it doesn't surprise me actually, because he choked the guys out that are going to be. He was supposed to fight the winner of
go to the top 5 of the lightweight division right now.
Yeah. So lightweight division is
Gaethje, Poirier, Tony Ferguson, McGregor,
And Dan Hooker.
So realistically, he beat Gaethje, he beat Poirier, he beat McGregor, he beat Al Iaquinta, who's number 9. Didn't he beat Kevin Lee? Did he fight Kevin Lee? No.
Al Iaquinta smashed Kevin Lee though.
Yeah, and that's it. So, I mean, realistically, we were talking about this before the fight, but we're like who has the jiu-jitsu or the ground game to go with Khabib, and really no one does. The only person that we thought might be sneaky is Charles Oliveira, but Khabib's stronger than him, so I don't think that kind of sneakiness. Same thing with Tony, right? Tony's kind of like that skinnier.
I think he would have smashed Tony
skinnier version, of like a jiu-jitsu guy like Oliveira, skinny jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah. Basically, sneaky. The only reason why analysts and the media was thinking that Tony had a chance is because if he's on his back, he can whip something out or try something. Same thing with Oliveira, he's pretty good at that. But the way that Khabib has the ground control, and he lands the ground and pound, and he's ripping even in the closed guard, like damage, like he makes really fucks people up, like no matter where on the ground, side control, mount in someone's guard. So like you really don't have time to whip up a sub against him. You're just getting absolutely punched, hammer fist, everything.
I was not expecting him to fucking throw up a triangle from full mount 2 on Gaethje.
Guys, holy shit, guys, so as sick. Fucking jiu-jitsu guys, you have to understand, when he fucking tucked Justin's arm,
that was a boner alert.
And then huge fucking slid his calf underneath his head. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god.
Then he just put his foot down tighter, made it tighter. He wrapped his leg.
Yeah, he took the chance of Justin getting out and then Justin being on top, right?
That's how confident he is.
Yeah, he knew. He's crazy. I'm gonna lock this guy up. And you know what he actually had too that I noticed? What? He had Justin's arm. The arm that was stuck in, one in, one out. Yeah. The one that was in, Khabib had tucked under his between his bicep and his ribs. So when he did the transition and he whipped it up, he just turned him over
and he went out fucking quick. Yeah, this guy went out so fast.
He tapped 3 times.
He tapped 17 times. The ref's like, okay, I think it's over.
He tapped once on Khabib's head, then he tapped on the body, then he tapped on his own leg.
But it was. I can understand how the ref could have missed that too, because I wasn't really.
The ref's is he?
Because he was just sleeping? He's like, okay, I guess I'm tired anyways.
And then when his eyes roll to the back of his head and he's fucking dead. They're like, oh, I think he's out.
Yeah, that was crazy. The fact, because I was like, oh my god, what kind of I didn't really know if that was a legit tap, and then Gaethje was sleeping, so I'm like, okay, that's fucked.
Regardless of the taps. Multiple taps.
17.
He actually just put him to bed.
So fucking fast from a triangle. So
and
quick.
All the fucking hype was most violent man and the most violent sport and this and that, and then Khabib literally put him to fucking bed. Bro. Poirier tapped very fast. McGregor, it took a bit longer, and McGregor's sub wasn't even a fucking.
That's a good point.
It wasn't even a rear naked choke. It was a neck crank. He literally was gonna tear his jaw off of his head. Fucked. And really and then Justin was trying to tap, but the ref was just nah, let's just let him die.
Yeah. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, if he dies, he dies. And literally, he's just he's
just let him die.
And I'm looking and I'm like, guys, no joke, Michael and I, on YouTube all week, fucking, crack fiends, refreshing, watching every interview, BT Sport, ESPN MMA, this show, Chael Sonnen and Ariel, and we're just, watching everything. Yeah. And then, fast forward, and this guy's, fucking sleeping,
very quickly.
The number one guy that was if anyone's gonna beat Khabib, it's gonna be this guy. He's gonna give him a hard time. His teammate DC is it's Justin's striking is better. Fucking verbally said it in an interview that Justin's striking is better, and then he gets put to fucking bed. That's crazy.
It was fucking ridiculous, man. I was not expecting him, because he would in his and I don't know if you ever watched his highlights back in when he was fighting in Russia, but he had some sick submissions. He would do the triangle chokes from full mount, but I never ever would have expected him to do that in I don't think he's ever tried that in the UFC from what I've seen of him, but I did not expect him to do that, especially in this high level fight too. I thought he would just fucking just continue to smash him, but maybe because that
like ground and pound TKO.
Maybe because Gaethje has some good scrambles off of his back that he's just like, yo, I'm just gonna choke this guy out because he might out scramble, then get back to the feet, then maybe like connect with me. So that was really fucked up. That I was not fucking expecting that at all. It was like, after watching that, then like hearing his post fight interview and hearing him retire. Fucking Jules never fighting back tears because
I fully fucking cried, guys.
Oh yeah, like it was just
like when Khabib was crying on the floor, I shed a couple tears.
Yeah, no, I high key shed one tear, then I've like sucked it back in because my sister was there, and I don't want her ripping me. But no, man, it was so fucking sad. And then hearing him talk about his dad, and then him saying he's like, oh, there's no way I'm fighting without my dad. This is it.
He promised his mom.
It was his mom, you know.
And he's a man of his word, man.
Yeah,
he is. Like,
people are saying like, oh, is he gonna come back? I'm like, if you fucking think this guy's gonna come back, you're crazy. If he was a man of his word, he's so close with his parents, you know, with his father being like this, his life role model, and then of course. Him saying that to his mom, especially with her not wanting him to fight anymore, like of course he's not gonna fight. There's no fucking chance. You know, even with the GSP fight didn't even make sense to begin with because it would be at 155. I think it's a perfect time to retire for him. You're on top. You're like GSP retired on top. So he's fucking ecstatic for Khabib. He's happy for him. So. You can't be mad at that, man. He's fucking literally smashed every single opponent he's faced. No, the craziest thing is, with the same game plan every fucking time.
Nobody can figure out father's plan.
Bro, like hearing him in DC talk, he's like, oh, DC saying to Khabib, he's like, oh, do you mind if I break this down in this video? And then he's like, it's bad though because I'm going to be telling what you do specifically. And he's like, oh, it's okay, brother. They can't stop it anyways. Just like that mindset is so fucking crazy. It's like no matter what, like these motherfuckers.
I knew that like deep down, obviously we knew Khabib was gonna win. As like submission. As like true.
If you're putting our life on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Like we just wanted to see the underdog win, kind of thing. You know, like we weren't predicting that Justin was gonna win. We were hoping that Justin was gonna win, you know, because and I knew this right when I heard this fucking part of the embedded thing, the countdown. Khabib's talking to DC on FaceTime, and he goes, "Brother, you know the difference between me and you?" He goes, "In Stipe Miocic's fight, you shoot his stuff for a takedown one time, you stand with him." And Khabib goes, difference between me and you, brother, I go 100 times.
Yeah, I'll go all night.
I go 100 times to take him down, right? So Khabib's game plan is swimming against the current in a fucking river his conditioning is so fucked up. Everybody else says that right when you have to defend takedowns and take people down and shoot for a takedown, it's taxing on your body. So you have to like choose the amount of times that you shoot. With this guy, bro, it's just like... He's just a machine. Like when he goes back in the corner, it's like Mendez or Javier, whatever it was.
Javier Mendez.
Yeah, Javier Mendez. He's like putting just gas in this tank, and it's like it just doesn't stop. You know what I mean? So it's like we knew like after the first takedown, we're like, okay, if you got him down once, it's gonna happen again. There's no way like Justin's gonna go to the corner and make an adjustment because Trevor Whitman is really good at that. Yeah. But you can't make the adjustment against Khabib. Like there's no adjustments, bro. It's like, you know it's coming. This is how to defend it, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, oh
so
my
you get
God.
Mauled. Yeah, you just get mauled.
You're going to get mauled regardless. It's just fucking crazy, man.
He's not like, you know, McGregor, like, was a lot more cocky about it when he was like, he's like, Mystic Mac, I call it as I see it. I'm going to bounce this guy, do this, that. And Khabib's just like in an interview, he's like, yes, brother, I tire him out. My plan is to make him tired and make him tap.
Yeah, tire him out and choke him out.
Yeah, make him tired, make him tap. That is father's plan. And like literally, it fucking is bulletproof, bro.
It's fucking unbelievable. And now like he's probably going to coach his teammates now, so... It's interesting to see what the future holds with that.
Yeah, he just wants to have fun now. He was saying
he made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, he's still driving his Toyota.
Yeah, I like. How do you not fucking love that guy? Like, it's different. It'd be different. Like my opinion with John Jones would be different if he was like an actual good guy and humble. Like, you know, humble. But you know, Khabib is like the ultimate role model with everything he's doing. So and then like after he fucking choked Dustin out. he sold the shirt and like donated to Poirier's foundation. So he's literally the ultimate role model. He's arguably the GOAT. He's up there top 2 100%. Has to be a top 2, top 3 minimum. He's fucking awesome. Who do you think's gonna? So like this will be the last topic to cover it up. But so who do you think's gonna fight for the vacant belt? It's interesting, eh? Has to be McGregor, bro. It has to be McGregor. There is no chance the UFC isn't like splooging their pants. Like, oh my god, we don't have to fucking worry about.
It's just fucking funny because
it's true.
He did the same thing with the Diaz fight because didn't they give him the title shot after the Diaz fight?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So same thing. So he fought Cerrone at 170.
This guy's doing whatever the fuck he wants.
He fucking fought Cerrone at 170.
No sense.
Didn't have to cut weight. And Cerrone's ranked in the lightweight division too. So they were like, Dana was pretty much just like, yeah, dude, I really don't give a fuck what weight you guys fight at. We'll consider it lightweight, even if you're at 185.
Yeah, and he's like, and Dana White's defending that. Like, he's like, oh, like, yeah, it's like, they're lightweight fighters, but they just don't have to cut weight. I'm like, that's not a fucking lightweight fight, you doofus.
Yeah.
And then Poirier and McGregor, like, there was like speculation it was going to be at 172. And then Dana White's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But I'm like, what do you mean, man? You just fucking did the same thing for the Cerrone fight. Even though I don't want to see it at 170. It doesn't make fucking sense. Mm-hmm. That was just fucking annoying. But if you don't think the notorious Conor fucking McGregor isn't going to be fighting for that vacant belt with his shaved head, his motivated look, he looks... Have you seen him lately?
Mm-hmm. He looks yoked.
Nice. Yoked.
Yeah, he looks jacked as fuck.
Motivated Conor is back, motherfuckers. And a Russian guy isn't there to snap his neck when he goes into the octagon. McGregor's fighting for the belt. Who do I think he's fighting? I think he's probably going to fight fucking Poirier, to be honest. I wasn't sure that fight was going to happen. I wasn't sure about it.
You know what blows my mind? I can't see this. I can't visualize this, you know? Just like same thing, you can't visualize Khabib losing, right?
Yeah.
I can't visualize Conor defending the belt after against all these top guys.
Oh no, he's gonna win the belt. Just get the new one.
Yeah,
and he doesn't give a fuck about any of the gems or any of that bullshit. He can buy the UFC if he wants.
Yeah.
So he'll order some off Amazon maybe. But this fucking guy, yeah, that's a good point though. There's no fucking McGregor's not defending a belt.
Yeah.
And especially in the lightweight division, he's probably gonna fight Diaz for the third time at fucking flyweight. Like, who the fuck knows what's happening? Like,
legit.
There's no chance he's defending that belt.
Because I don't think McGregor wants to fight Gaethje. And you said this a fucking long time ago. You're like, dude, as a UFC fan, because like Michael's like a Conor McGregor fan and a UFC fan, but it's like there's a very fine line between connecting the two.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because realistically, I'll ride for Michael. I wanted to mention this in the podcast. When Conor had punched that fucking old guy in the face, and he did his first interview back on ESPN with Ariel Helwani, and he was apologizing and saying all this shit and whatever. Michael said, he was like, dude, Justin Gaethje is the new fucking guy. He's the only one that's like fighting people and relevant. Realistically. In the lightweight division, Justin Gaethje's the fucking new like sniper, like the new killer kind of thing, right? So this guy was actually fucking right. He went all the way to the title,
and that was
like 2 years ago.
That was like a minute ago.
2 years ago, easy 2 years ago, and like literally fucking. We saw Conor fight Cowboy and his season, right? But it's like the shitty thing for Conor is he'll win the belt from Poirier probably.
Bounces it off the canvas.
So he'll fuck up Poirier, but then the next two guys he has to fight is fucking Gaethje and Ferguson separately. Mm-hmm. Like probably Gaethje
taking Michael Chandler's going to be in there too.
And Michael Chandler.
Supposedly Michael Chandler's going to fight Ferguson. Supposedly that's what's going to happen.
But then, where's Gaethje fit in there?
That's what's curious
about
it.
So then, if Chandler beats Ferguson, then Chandler has to fight Gaethje. Before the belt.
This division is fucked up now.
This division's gonna be sick.
This division
but
is
they
wide open.
They have to make the right decisions for the title fights, like they do, bro. Because I don't know. I think Gaethje Conor would be a fucking sick title fight, bro.
That's a dangerous fight
for Conor.
for both guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be sick. There would be absolutely negative fucking wrestling in that fight. Like,
no.
That would probably be like fight of the fucking year.
That'd be crazy.
But
dude, if Gaethje is swinging like that against Conor McGregor, especially
Conor
with his shaved fucking head, because I'm not biased, but I'm just saying, if motivated Conor, because Conor going against Khabib was not the Conor that I became a huge fan of. Like right now, I'm not really a huge fan of Conor. I'm obviously gonna suck his nuts because I just like idolize him. He got me into this sport. It's like fucking my passion now.
And whenever he fights, it is a big deal.
Of course, it's a huge deal. But going into the Cerrone fight, it's like I knew something was different. He wasn't talking shit. He had a different aura about him. He was completely respectful, which is really, really fucking weird. I was kind of rubbed off the wrong way. Like I remember being really excited for the press conference, fucking waiting for the stuck in the mud chirps, like all that shit was coming. But he was just really respectful.
Yeah, he's like complimenting his suit.
Yeah, the only thing he said was like he's a children's book, which is fucking jokes, but it's true. Then he battered him and fucking with his shoulder, so like crazy, ridiculous. But I think, especially with Conor McGregor with his fucking excellent counterpunching ability, I think if Gaethje comes wild like that, which I don't think it's gonna happen at all, because Khabib's just a different guy to deal with. He brings the worst out of you when you fight him, 100%. But if Gaethje slips like that when it throws wildly, Conor McGregor's gonna slip out and counter with his left hand and put Gaethje to sleep. I'm telling you, that I wouldn't be surprised if that fucking happened. Like that'd be sick if Gaethje and Conor right away for the belt, but I don't know if they would do that since Gaethje just got mauled, so it's kind of a hard sell. And then the Poirier Conor is like a more marketable, you know, they have the rematch. They have they can fucking show the bullshit clips from, you know, McGregor just chirping the fuck out of him, pea head.
I think like a Gaethje Chandler fight in the meantime would be perfect.
Yeah,
it's like what it does is it gives, because they're not going to give Chandler a title shot right away, right? So they need to give him a credible guy to beat and whatever, and I think Gaethje would probably be that guy. So Dustin and Conor fight for the belt.
Yes.
And then Conor fucking vacates it.
Yeah, like.
And then fucking Gaethje, whoever wins, Gaethje, Chandler, I guess fucking I don't know.
But the thing is, like, if
that fight happens after Conor vacates it, like, do you think Conor will retire after he wins the belt back?
The thing is, like, now that I think about it, is I forgot about like how he wanted to do a season, and I really did believe that, you know, with the way his mentality was. But you know, with COVID fucking everything up, that completely switched everything on its ass. But you know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Conor would defend that belt too, because I don't know, motivated Conor, he's different. He acknowledged he wasn't mentally right. He was fucking drinking whiskey in the press conference for the Khabib fight. I'm not. There's no fucking chance of how I hate when guys defend. Like Brendan Schaub, that fucking big old idiot, he says that, he barely trained for that fight. I'm like, okay, that's his fucking fault. That's not an excuse. That's a stupid move. Or he didn't take it serious. Like, you don't take it serious when you're facing a Bieber, you're a fucking idiot. But Conor going into that fight, very obvious he was going to get fucking smashed. I don't care if both your feet were balloons. Like, that's irrelevant. But I hope you would defend the belts, because I want to see him fight more. I would love to see an actual fucking season once the world gets back to normal. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's something I'm really hopeful for in the future, for sure. But yeah.
So, decision is Conor and Poirier.
For the vacant belt.
Yeah, damn.
Conor sleeps him. Motivated Conor teabags him after, and drinks some Irish whiskeys to fucking, you know, proper 12 Ireland.
Yep.
But yeah. So, I think that pretty much sums it up. That's fucking pretty much episode 13.
Yes, sir.
The return of Julian O'Malley.
You know, UFC 254, absolute fucking bomber of a fucking event, bro. We got so hammered.
Very hammered.
Proper 12, you know, good times. And we got to see some sick knockouts, some sick jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And there's nothing else more we could fucking ask for.
So, to all the listeners, plug yourself. Plug your platform.
Oh, fuck, boys. Follow me at JulesMelly. That's with a G, not with a J. Don't get it fucking twisted. Okay?
It's inside joke. Joke.
Okay? At _Team Bionic on Instagram. And you can also find me at JulesMelly Fit if you're trying to see my MMA shit. I actually just posted a ground and pound video.
Smash your boy.
Yeah, of me trying to beat Khabib. Father's plan.
Father's plan.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, boys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Subscribe. Multiple videos every week. Unfiltered, unbiased from the fans' perspective. You already know. If you're listening on Spotify, follow. Share with the fucking boy. Don't share with any girls, please. You're going to get us in a lot of trouble. Yeah. But anyways, take care, guys. Stay safe. Catch you later.